Tell us about the building blocks of Scrum for hardware. What are the key components that make this thing work?
So when I teach Scrum for hardware in class, I show an iceberg. It's not really original because all the consultants tend to show icebergs, but that's the best metaphor I've found so far. So on top, over the water, so the things you can see, we can talk about processes, and the processes is just Scrum, and together I would say Scrum at scale, because in my experience, on a hardware project can be done by a single team, Scrum team. Normally it's something bigger. So the first challenge is that if you want to start doing Scrum in a hardware development, is going to be a scaled project from day one. So you need some cross-team coordination and some kind of multiple teams backlog prioritization. And these are the processes. Still over the water, the things that you can see or buy or even copy from other companies, you have the engineering practices, I will call it. So one part, we have this thing called extreme manufacturing, that it's a set of practices that Joe Justice in a Wikispeed project elaborated. And doing some coaching after the Wikispeed project, he found some similarities in other companies. And so basically extreme manufacturing is the common practice we see applied in multiple environments in different size companies, from very small to very big. So we would say a set of things that we know why they are working quite well in most of the cases. Okay, there are also other practices that something you can find in book, other you can find in blog post. Those are more related to the context. So it's not like a silver bullet that you can use it without even judgment. So even the way you apply Scrum for hardware needs to be iterative, incremental, just like Scrum. Okay, because all the practices tend to vary a lot depending of the context. Below the water, the things that you can buy, you can copy, and you can steal. There are the principles from Agile Manifesto, the principles from, again, Extreme Manufacturing has some principles, and the values, the Scrum values and the Agile values. And also, I would say the Lean, because from principles and values, we keep everything from Lean. We don't need to change anything. Practices sometimes need some adaptation, but this is the kind of stuff that we are not really concerned about. You know? Practice, we are more flexible. Principles are things that we care more, and we tend to know to do not violate.
Okay, so this iceberg metaphor, right? So the things that you can see that are above the surface there, the processes, Scrum at scale, extreme manufacturing, and maybe some other common practices based on the specific context. Then the things below the surface, those, when I think of that, these are the things that are harder to copy, right? An organization can't say, you know, let's go implement. They tend to be more tailored to the culture of the organization. They have to fit into the organization.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So what you're meaning by that.